Line of duty can get quite confusing at times with all the abbreviations they use, and a considerable portion of these refer to ranks, departments, and units of the Central Police. In this video, we'll be breaking down the rank system of the Central Police, and we'll also take a look at some of the current and former officers that have occupied these positions. First of all, every single cop in the UK is a constable. That is the legal term for a police officer, but it is also the name of the lowest rank. When you join the police, you have the rank of a police constable, like Ryan Pilkington. There are also detective constables, such as DC Chloe Bishop. Detectives of any rank are not technically superior to their uniformed counterparts. So for example, DC Chloe Bishop isn't superior to PC Ryan Pilkington. They share the same rank, constable, but Chloe has passed the National Investigators Examination and received training to conduct criminal investigations. That's what the title of detective signifies. So we've got constables at the bottom of the food chain, and up next are sergeants. This is the first supervisory rank, meaning that sergeants usually give assignments to a number of constables. You can think of DS Steve Arnott at the start of Season 6. He is DC Chloe Bishop's superior and assigns a number of tasks to her. Then we've got inspectors like DI Kate Fleming. Steve has also become a DI during Season 6, and other examples include Matthew Cotton and Lindsay Denton. Inspectors are often responsible for assigning duties to sergeants and constables, so there isn't anything too special about this rank. Chief inspectors, on the other hand, are definitely more special, as evidenced by DCI Joanne Davidson this season, DCI Rose Huntley from Season 4, and DCI Anthony Gates from Season 1. Chief Inspector is the minimum rank required to become the senior investigating officer in major investigations, like the Gail Vela murder. Someone like DI Kate Fleming can't lead a major investigation like that under normal circumstances, and that's what makes Chief Inspector a desirable rank. Moving up, we've got superintendents, who are usually heads of important units. Superintendent Ted Hastings is the first name that comes to mind. He is in charge of Anti-Corruption Unit 12. And we've also got Detective Superintendent Ian Buckles, although it doesn't look like he'll have that rank for much longer. The final rank before the executive level is Chief Superintendent. They are often responsible for entire divisions or departments, such as major violent crime or serious and organized crime. Lester Hargreaves held this rank for 4 seasons before being killed off in Season 5. Lastly, we have the executive level. Think of the police as a corporation, and these are the people making the decisions. Starting with Assistant Chief Constables. We don't know any current ACCs, but Derek Hilton used to be one. Then there is the Deputy Chief Constable position, which at the moment is held by Andrea Wise. She reports to Chief Constable Philip Osborne, who used to be Steve Arnott's commanding officer in a counter-terrorism unit. Osborne is the leader of the Central Police, but there's also the Police and Crime Commissioner Rohan Sinwani, an elected official who is responsible for civilian oversight. The Police and Crime Commissioner has the power to appoint or fire the Chief Constable, although this is subject to a few checks and balances. In theory, the PCC shouldn't interfere with day-to-day operations, but that is not the case in this show. We often see Rohan Sinwani dictating how certain investigations are handled. Let's take a step back and look at the overall picture here. First of all, detectives are not superior to uniformed officers of the same rank. They are just qualified to conduct criminal investigations. At the bottom we have constables, and your first promotion gets you the rank of sergeant. Then you can become an inspector, and after that chief inspector. At this point you are able to lead major investigations. The final 2 ranks before the executive level are superintendent and chief superintendent. Officers that hold these ranks are frequently appointed to lead certain units or departments. Finally, we've got the assistant and deputy chief constables, who help the chief constable run the police force. The elected police and crime commissioner is sort of their boss, but he doesn't hold all the power. The PCC provides oversight. With the ranks out of the way, we can take a quick look at some of the departments and special units within the Central Police and see what they do. We'll begin with the Standards Department because that's the main focus of the show. This relates to the anti-corruption units and the name is pretty self-explanatory. They investigate officers suspected of corruption or misconduct. The Complaints Department is also related to this because they gather complaints about officers. Vice Squad investigates drug and sexual offense crimes. John Corbett used to be a part of this department back in the day. Serious and Organized Crime Department looks into organized criminal activities, and Steve Arnott could join them because he set up a meeting with them thanks to Nicola Rogerson. Murder Squad, or the Murder Investigation Team, is responsible for high-profile homicide inquiries, which includes the Gail Vella case. There's also the Missing Persons Unit, which you might remember because of Lindsay Denton, and the Major Violent Crime Department, which you might remember because of Rose Huntley. Lindsay Denton dealt with missing person cases, and Rose was assigned to crimes that involved high levels of violence, which was extremely convenient because it meant that she investigated a murder that she committed herself. She killed a forensic coordinator named Tim, and because this was a major violent crime case, Rose investigated herself. The Administration Department is responsible for admin duties such as keeping records. Back in Season 5, we met a junior administrator by the name of Vihan Malhotra. He was blackmailed by the organized crime group and gave up a police convoy's route, and that convoy was then hijacked. Some of the other minor departments are Crime Audit and Policy Unit. The former compiles and analyzes crime data, while the latter determines policies for officers. Last but not least, we've got other self-explanatory departments and units which are not too important to the plot of the show, including Armed Robbery, Counter-Terrorism, Cybercrime, Forensics Unit, Financial Forensics Unit, Fraud Squad, Strategic Firearms Command, Patrol Unit, and Traffic Division. And that is it for today's video. I think we've adequately looked into the structure of the Central Police, but what do you think? Leave your comments down below, like this video if you found it useful, and subscribe for more movie reviews and TV show breakdowns. That's it for now, take care and see you in the next video.